Hey guys, welcome to In My Opinion with Reks and BigT. We're a little bit late on this. Actually, right now Raw is going on, and half of you might actually know the results to all this already. But this is our special podcast that we're doing as SummerSlam results and our thoughts of how SummerSlam went and how we think that it should have gone, and the just our general thoughts on it. For those of you who didn't watch SummerSlam, we're going to reveal who won and everything like that. So if you're watching this and you haven't seen Raw yet, this is going to fill you in. So spoiler alert, just that way in case you didn't know. So without further ado, let's jump right into it with our pre-show, which the first match was well, I don't know if it was the first match, but
I think it was, yeah.
It was the Usos, American Alpha, and the Hype Brothers versus the Vaudevillains, Ascension, and Breezango.
Usos won.
Yeah, the Usos and their team won. But funny little side note there was some like miscommunication there. In the match, it turns out that it looks like they're getting ready to turn. I'm thinking the Usos heel.
Yeah.
They got American Alpha did their finisher, and after they did their finisher, well, in the middle of doing their finisher, one of the Usos tagged in, and they force tagged themselves in without Chad Gable knowing, and did their top rope finisher right after they did their finisher and took the win. I mean, it was a subtle win. Yeah, it was a subtle thing. It was like really subtle, but like the way that they did it almost seemed almost heelish, you know?
Yeah.
Like I mean, it could be nothing. They could choose not to, but it looks like they might.
It wouldn't be the first time that they've done something like this.
Yeah. All I know is like the match itself. It wasn't anything amazing. It wasn't like, oh my god. But I mean, it was your classic little tag team to showcase the tag teams on SmackDown.
Yeah.
After that,
and for a 3-on-3 tag team match, it was decent.
Yeah, it was decent at best.
For having a 3-on-3.
But I mean, we called that, right? We knew the faces were going to win that.
Yeah.
Then we go into Sheamus versus Cesaro, best of 7 match,
won.
the first one. Sheamus pulled off the win as we predicted.
Yep.
Though, you know, honestly, even though we are not looking forward to this best of 7, they did put on a halfway decent match throughout
that was better than some of the matches on the main card.
Right, exactly. I mean, they put on a good match. So I mean, maybe if they mix it up with some stipulations or something, it might actually make it a little better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, the one last night was pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I mean, maybe if they mix it up and like maybe have one of the matches be like a last man standing, or one be a steel cage, or something like that. Right. Maybe it'll break the monotony of just 7 singles matches between these guys.
Yeah, but I don't see them doing that.
So then after that, we go into Sami Zayn and Neville versus the Dudley Boys, and Sami Zayn and Neville pulled off the win.
Yes, they did.
And they actually look pretty good together. I mean, this could be a tag team if they decide to actually team these two up. It could be giving them something to do until the Cruiserweight Championship comes into play. Because honestly, I feel like Zayn isn't exactly
Neville, I could see going for that Adrian Neville. But Sami Zayn, I think, could go much further.
He could, but
WWE don't know how to use him.
Yeah, they don't fit him with the Vince build. I mean, like, he's one of those guys that, like, just like Neville, peaked in NXT, and then now that he's on the main roster...
He's staying mid-card at best.
Yeah, he's staying mid-card at best because Vince doesn't like his look. Right. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. Maybe it'll change around the line.
Well, no, I mean, after that Kevin Owens win, I thought he was going to go places, but...
Right.
They just fell flat.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just something that they're toying with. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The match wasn't bad though. As an added caveat to that, if you are watching this and you haven't seen Raw yet, and I don't even know if it's been revealed yet on Raw or not, but rumors is that the Dudley Boys may be retiring, or they might be doing an angle or something because
I heard it was the last.
Well, they posted on their Twitter. They posted their Twitter. They said it's time for goodbye. That's what they said. So I don't know if that means they're leaving Raw, going to SmackDown, or if they're splitting up and doing singles competitive.
The interview that I heard said that it was the last time on Raw.
Well, I mean, that's a possibility, too. I don't know. A lot of people are excited about this, though, because they want to see Bubba Ray turn into what his persona was Bully Ray in TNA. Now, I mean, they can't use that name, but they could still use.
It depends. It depends.
Well, it depends on if TNA owns rights to the name Bully Ray.
Well, I mean, let's see all the wrestlers who came out of TNA: AJ Styles, Captain Zane, and his gimmick.
But AJ Styles wasn't he
Samoa
in New
Joe?
Wasn't they? Weren't they both in other circuits using that same wrestling name before they went to TNA?
No.
No, it's not TNA coined the name AJ Styles.
No. Like all these wrestlers use that name in TNA, and they're also using it in.
I know what I'm saying is
like Samoa Joe.
Did they
Samoa
start
Joe,
like when did Samoa Joe wrestle for any independent companies before TNA?
ROH.
Did he use the name Samoa Joe in a Ring of Honor?
Yes,
or
I think so.
Okay, so then at that point, it's an original name that he came in with. That TNA don't own the rights to that. AJ Styles.
I don't know about Austin Aries or Bobby Roode.
I
don't know about Austin Aries.
Wasn't AJ Styles in New Japan before he went to TNA?
No.
No, he went to New Japan after?
Yeah.
Did he wrestle for anything before?
I do not know.
Okay, well, see, that's
that
the
was
thing.
Before he got big.
Right, so, I mean,
he honestly got big in TNA, and then he went over to New Japan Pro, got big over there. Well, the 3 years that he spent in then.
The big chance there is that there's a good chance that,
what about Austin Aries and Bobby Roode? I don't know about them.
I don't either. I mean,
but
either way it goes, it just depends on if TNA owns rights to the name Bully Ray. If they don't, then yeah, he could change his name to that.
Right.
But the time will tell. But anyway, that's just some news there with that. We'll have to wait and see what happens on Raw tonight.
Now the main card.
So moving into the main card.
And
first match of the
this
night.
might not be in order.
Yeah, this might not be completely in order because we just kind of wrote them down on our paper so that we could remember them. So the first match of the night, this is correct, was Jericho versus Enzo and Cass. And surprisingly, Jericho pulled off the win here. And they pulled off the win and looked pretty damn good doing it.
Yeah, because Kevin Owens, popped him up and Dan into a...
set him up. I thought he was going to pop up powerbomb him.
Right,
but instead threw him up in the air and it landed into a code breaker. I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was almost like the meme, except it was kind of reversed a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
But I thought that went really well.
I like how Kevin Owens popped him up and Dan...
Right.
Into the code breaker.
I personally, I'm sticking by my theory that when this tag team breaks up, Owens is going to beat the shit out of Jericho. But the fact that they gave them the win over Enzo and Cass in their hometown is a big shock to me. I was pretty surprised at that. I'm very interested to see where they go, or if they try and make Jericho or Jericho get towards the tag titles or what.
Right. It wouldn't surprise me any because Jericho.
Right. I don't know. It'll be interesting. So. We go from that, we go to The Miz versus Apollo Crews. And you know what? We were both thinking Crews was going to take that. And I'll be damned if The Miz didn't win.
Honestly, there was no build behind that.
There wasn't.
I was watching review after review today. Mm-hmm. And honestly, the only build-up that I could remember, and they could remember, is the one they did during the commercial.
Right. Yeah, that's about it, because they did the one interview with The Miz and Maurice talking to Renee Young, and they didn't even address the match.
Yeah. Renee tried to bring it up, but...
Right. I mean...
It was in one ear and out the other.
One thing I will say, and to a credit to the writing staff, they didn't have Miz win through Maurice interference. He legit beat Crews in the middle of that ring. Clean. Yeah. So, I mean, got to give him props there. It was actually... I mean, it was a decent match for a match that didn't have any build-up. I still would only give that about a 3 out of 5, but I mean, it still wasn't.
That's being nice,
right? And I mean, it wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't like a oh my god amazing match.
Yep.
So then we go into
versus New Day.
Yep, the Club versus the New Day for the tag team championships.
The Club won through DQ.
The Club won the match, but the New Day kept the titles because Big E Langston came out and attacked the Club. The Club actually had that match in the bag. They pulled off their finisher. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
But they pulled off their finisher. Mm-hmm. And right afterwards, Jon Stewart, who had appeared at SummerSlam and decided to be at ringside for the New Day, he decided to jump in the ring and play distraction for the ref.
Well, John was there because last year he cost John Cena.
Right.
So he was trying to make up for it.
Right, and he jumped in the ring and played distraction for the ref and everything, and that caused.
I like him as host. I really.
He was all right. I mean, he was clever. I'll give him that.
I like his comedy skits and whatnot.
Right.
She's a nice person.
Yeah.
She seems so nice.
But Anyway, like I was saying though, he jumps in the ring and plays distraction for the ref. The club turns and starts to beat him down and everything, and they go to set him up for the ring post attack that they did on Biggie Langston, and that's when Biggie's music hits. Well, the New Day's music hits. Biggie comes running out and attacks the club to save Jon Stewart, causing a disqualification.
And then he drinks his...
Yeah, and then he drank his own urine juice, which is
ball juice.
Kind of nasty. Even though we know it was pickle juice, it's still kind of disgusting.
But he spit it back out.
But
so, I mean...
that opens up that at Clash of Champions, there's gonna be a rematch. The club is gonna face the New Day for those championships, and I'll bank on it that the club is going.
Because look at the next match.
The club is most
win.
definitely probably gonna capture those championships.
Yeah.
Following that, we had the first big shocker of the fucking night. Sasha Banks versus Charlotte, and Sasha dropped it.
Yeah, Charlotte won.
Sasha dropped that belt. We were totally putting all our eggs on Sasha there.
Everybody was.
Yeah, I did not think they were gonna do that, and like it ended just controversial enough to where like they can't be like, oh, what the fuck ever, but like not enough to be like Charlotte didn't win. Like
right.
It was a miscalculation. Like the way they did it was just a miscalculation on Sasha's part.
Right.
And that was it. She had her in the bank statement, torqued back too far, and Charlotte was able to roll her up for the pin.
Yep.
I mean, in a caveat, if you haven't heard yet, Sasha Banks dropped the championship. It was decided about a week ago, apparently. Reports say it was decided about a week ago that Sasha was going to drop the belt to Charlotte at Summerslam. She's apparently had nagging back injuries or back problems that's going on in her lumbar region in the lower back. So
and the drop last night didn't help it.
Right. So she's dropped the belt, and she is supposed to be off screen and not active until September 23rd is when she's expected to return.
That's at their pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's at their next pay-per-view. So I mean, they could set up another match, but
okay, is she supposed to not wrestle or not be there?
I'm not sure.
Because they could have her come in and
I'm assuming she's
talk.
not supposed to be active at all until the 23rd, but there's a chance that she could, maybe come back after that or come back for that match. I'm not sure. All I know is that they said that she's not to be an active individual on the roster until the 23rd, which leaves open for the new debuting Bayley, who we're assuming is going to debut tonight, to make her appearance, and possibly we'll have a Bayley-Charlotte feud.
See, I didn't tell you about this, but there was a backstage interview that happened after Brooklyn. And guess who came up to her?
Banks.
No.
Charlotte?
No. New debuting superstar on Brooklyn.
Oh!
Ember Moon.
Yeah, Ember Moon.
They get to talking how Ember Moon respects her and whatnot.
And we're talking about Bayley, right?
Yeah, and Bayley says, hey, who knows, maybe one day we'll have a takeover match. So I don't know if she's debuting or what's going on there.
I don't know.
She said a takeover match.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But that was a big shocker. Like, honestly, my jaw dropped whenever Charlotte pulled that pin off. My fucking jaw dropped.
Yep.
So then we move forward to John Cena versus AJ Styles. Now this
match of the night.
Yeah, easily the match of the night. This match had me guessing from the word go, because honestly, I thought Styles was gonna get it, but they made us guess.
And honestly, Cena, towards the ending, I thought he had it with that super.
Yeah,
super AA.
One thing I can say, and a lot of people will give Cena a lot of shit. Cena gets a lot of shit.
This is one time where he did put AJ Styles over.
Well,
because like after that super AA, you can see his mouth is just
right
while AJ is crawling and getting.
Well, I mean, like it's one thing, like, and a lot of people give Cena a lot of shit because they'll sit there and they'll say that he does the same shit over and over. Well, I saw some shit out of Cena last night that I've never seen him pull. He was pulling off Hurricane Ranas. He did like a fucking like twirly like front flip shit with Styles. It was all sorts of weird. Like he was pulling off all sorts of cool shit. And it was it was a side that I hadn't seen him pull off in a while. But like I'm with you. Like the attitude adjustment from the top rope, I can't think, like nobody comes to mind that I can think of that has kicked out of that.
Nobody has.
And
he was the first person.
Exactly. So like AJ Styles is the first person to kick out of
that's why when he hit it,
attitude adjustment.
That's why when he hit it, I was like, oh shit, this is over.
Right. I mean, like, they had us guessing from the word go. It was really,
my
really...
face was just like Cena's, like...
Right. I mean...
jaw wide open and, like...
That match is definitely match of the night. I mean, and that says something considering, you know, the main event that we had and, you know, the championship matches we had. That a match that didn't even have a title match, that was a match we had already seen, still captured match of the night. That says wonders for the two competitors, John Cena and AJ Styles.
The second match of the night would be Balor versus Rollins.
Well, I mean,
the third one was Jericho, because Kevin made that interesting.
I mean, all I know is that match right there, it did two things. It cemented exactly why John Cena has been at the top for as long as he has, and it cemented why AJ Styles deserves to be in a main event picture in the WWE.
Oh yeah, he's going after the title.
It cemented.
It'll be
both
AJ
of
Styles
those
versus Dean Ambrose.
Like it reminded strongly, you know, why
that was probably enough to put the title on AJ Styles.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes, especially on SmackDown. Another caveat, again, a little asterisk there. After the match, John Cena did do something very interesting. A lot of people are, like, speculating what this means. After the match, John Cena kind of stood there, like, everybody's applauding his efforts and everything.
Took off his Never Give Up armband, looked at it, kissed it, and left it in the middle of the ring.
Exactly. That could mean a few different things, and I've seen some speculations online. Some people are thinking that he's retiring. I doubt this. I really do. I doubt he's retiring. It has been announced he's going to be lessening his schedule. Well, it has been announced he's been lessening his schedule. He's going to be starting
a few months ago.
Right, but I mean, like he's going to be filming American Grit, so he's going to be seen a lot less. I'm thinking it's more of the like. Some people are thinking that it's a symbolizing that he's given up.
Right, yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
like he's given up the never give up motto.
Yeah.
Which raises me to believe another fact of maybe in the future, I mean, if they're willing to give up the never give up motto, maybe in the not too far foreseen future, we might finally get to see a John Cena heel turn.
Right.
Which would be great.
Yeah.
But
it just depends on where they take it.
Honestly, it'll
does.
be very interesting to see exactly how it goes. But it's worth noting that this John Cena is going to be a public figure of interest now with that little stunt he pulled after his match.
Yep.
So then off of that we move forward to Naomi, Carmella, Becky Lynch versus Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and it was supposed to be Eva Marie, but due to the injury, or not injury, due to the suspension, Nikki Bella is the one who debuted last night. So Nikki Bella, the former Divas champion.
I don't agree with how it ended. I just disagree with the length of the match. That should have been like 5 minutes, but it was like 15.
Right. The match was way too long. I mean, honestly, in my eyes, it was more of like, here's a chance for you to go take a shit before the real matches start.
Well, yeah.
That's more or less what it was.
Well, no, some of the people were there that I was watching the reviews from, and they said that they're there and back, and the match was still going on for 10 minutes after they got back.
Right, and that's the thing. Like those kind of matches, it was a good way to showcase the women of SmackDown, but without a title on the line, it's basically just a bunch of women fighting, and there wasn't even any high stakes or anything. I did like what they did with Eva Marie with her suspension. They came up with a way to still kind of keep her relevant and give her a reason for her absence. So I thought that was very clever. Moving forward to our first title match, we had
Ambrose versus Dolph.
Yep, Ambrose versus Dolph.
Ambrose won.
Yep, Ambrose pulled off the win.
Yep.
Ambrose pulls off the win, and that match honestly had me guessing. Now, I was strongly rooting for Dolph in this one because I really felt like he deserved it.
It had you guessing. I knew Dolph was gonna, I knew Dolph was gonna lose.
It had me guessing at one point when he hit that zigzag. I was like, "Ooh, shit!"
Yeah.
And then he went for the super kick. And I did think it was really cool, the drop off the top rope into the Dirty Deeds. I thought that was a really cool way to close it up.
Yeah.
Dolph did show why he deserves to be in a more main event spotlight. Instead of stuck in the mid card. I believe that in the future he is going to capture that championship.
Oh yeah,
at least that's what I like to think. I mean, they've proven me wrong before, but
like
this
I said,
opens
the
up
bring-
wildly because now rumor has it is that they're gonna have Randy Orton feud with Bray Wyatt. That's at least what the rumors are. So
And why wasn't he on the card?
Bray Wyatt, that's
Like
a good
even
reason.
even not in a match. Why wasn't he there?
I don't know. But the good thing though is that this opens up a feud between Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles.
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking is going to end up happening. We'll have to wait and see if that is what happens, and go from there.
And
Then we go into Reigns versus Rusev for the United States Championship, and that actually never even took place.
Yep.
It was funny.
Well, that didn't happen right there. I knew. I remember that being in between those
right.
matches.
Well, we're gonna go to that anyway. Because those are the two big. But anyway,
Right.
So Reigns versus Rusev never actually happened. It happened after the Balor and Rollins match, but it's worth noting because the Balor and Rollins match is a little bit more important than Reigns and Rusev, in my opinion. Roman Reigns was on his way down to the ring, and Rusev fucking assaulted him. And Reigns got the upper hand and just literally laid an ass whooping Ajax won't take off on Rusev.
Yeah.
I mean, he
And
fucked
that
him up.
final spear.
Yeah, I mean, he
That
speared.
final spear.
He went full fucking force sprinting at Rusev and just speared him right out of his boots. Like, it was crazy.
And Rusev did a good job on selling that.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, that was pretty cool. And honestly, I think that's the Reigns that a lot of people want to see.
Yeah.
They don't want to see this rehashed Shield version. Like, this is the Roman Reigns that's shirt up. Like, I will fuck you up. Like,
right. Yep.
So I mean, we're gonna see a title match between them. If not before Clash of Champions, it will be at Clash of Champions.
Yeah.
Where Reigns will probably capture that championship, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So then we move forward to the WWE Universal Championship. I've now calmed down after finding out the news following this, and I'll get to that in a minute. But
have you?
A little bit. So the match was Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, and Balor, of course, showed up in his demon form, and Rollins showed up, and they put on one hell of a match. I mean,
Balor won, though.
But Finn Balor captured it and became the first ever WWE Universal Champion. By the way, it does stand to be noted that belt is ugly as shit.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
I am sorry, but
everybody agrees with you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you got the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, right? Okay, you look at that thing, the way they built that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks it's gold with black, and it says WWE World Heavyweight Champion. It looks so cool and everything. They got the WWE Women's Champion. It looks exactly like the other one, but it's got the red background and white, it's like a little bit, and it's white. And
this one's licorice red.
Yeah, this one's licorice red. And that's it, with like gold. And honestly, I thought it just looked gaudy as all hell.
The people that were there, when they revealed it, you could literally hear the whole crowd like, and then that's when they started booing it.
Right.
And started saying, hey, we want a new belt and whatnot.
Yeah, like this belt just looked god awful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad whenever you see the person who wins it. He actually looked reluctant to hold it up. Like,
he didn't. Well, he didn't in the ring. He did when he was walking up the ramp.
Right. And that's the thing. Like Balor looked reluctant to hold the son of a bitch up because it was that ugly.
He was holding up one finger.
Right.
While he had the belt down at his side.
Now, to add on to that, a little bit of bad news. During the match between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor last night, Balor was injured. Apparently, I did see the footage. During the match, the fight spilled to the outside. Balor went for something. Rollins countered it into the turnbuckle powerbomb, except it was on the outside of the ring, aimed at the ring barrier in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And by the looks of it, Rollins maybe raised him a little higher than or something. I'm not sure, but all I know is that like Balor's arm came down.
The end result is Balor hit his arm.
Yeah, Balor basically smacked his shoulder on the barrier and dislocated his shoulder in the match.
Mm-hmm.
It has
and then
been noted,
he did something really boss and put it back in.
Yeah, like I don't know who else could have done this other than like maybe a few wrestlers, but he dislocates his shoulder and in the middle of this match pops his fucking shoulder back in its socket and keeps wrestling. That's boss as fuck. I'm just gonna say that now. But like he finishes this match, wins the match, and then afterwards, it has been revealed that he has like a muscle tear in the lumbar region of his shoulder or something. It has been announced via Twitter that he is relinquishing the Universal Championship tonight and will be out and missing action.
That probably happens at the beginning.
Probably, yeah. But he will be relinquishing it, and he will be missing action for up to 6 months.
But
I will say that this upset me, not because really that he got injured, just because of what I think it means. But I will say that I do wish Finn Balor, or whatever I don't know what his real name is, but I really hope that he has a speedy recovery, gets back into the ring as quick as possible, because he did put on a really great match last night, and I'm hoping that this doesn't hold him back from future pushes that he may have.
John Cena's really big behind him. I don't see that.
John Cena's word is...
Or no, not John Cena. When I say John Cena... Holy crap.
Vince McMahon. Yeah, is what he meant there.
Vince.
Vince
is gonna kill me.
By what this means, though, is I'd be willing to put quite a bit of money down that they're gonna put that belt on Rollins now.
Yep.
I'm waiting to see.
Empty and win.
Right, I'm waiting to see what happens
until Balor comes back, and Balor's are gonna regain it.
Well, since he's relinquishing this championship, I'm banking on what I had said earlier, that Rollins is going to come out on Raw. He's going to demand that he is given the title, and he's going to have to compete against somebody. I don't know who it's going to be, but he's going to have to compete against somebody on Raw for that championship to win it fair and square. But he's probably going to fucking win it. Like it seems like
that makes the most sense, because when Balor comes back, he could exact his revenge.
Yeah, I mean, exact. You mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm personally against him getting it, but I mean, it makes storyline sense. It put the bad taste in my mouth. But I mean, I was raging pretty hard earlier today about this, because I personally I dislike the whole situation. It's very without sounding too favoritism or anything. I'm just saying it seems shady. But that's just my opinion. Other people may not.
Seth and him are best friends.
I'll voice my opinion. And if the viewers, if
Seth
any of you are listening,
do anything like that.
Well,
they've been friends for a long time.
Well, I mean, we've both kind of voiced our opinions. I'm just gonna spell it out for the listeners here. Basically, my outlook and Rex's outlook are way different here. The way I look at it,
mistakes happen.
Yeah, the way that he's looking at it is mistakes happen. And it's true. Mistakes happen. Mm-hmm. People get injured all the time in the WWE. Hell, we had 7 people out for WrestleMania last year. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it happens all the time. And he also thinks that Seth Rollins is the best choice by a storyline standpoint, and he deserves to get the title put on him. And that it's probably not on purpose, because they've been friends for a long time, and I think I pretty much touched all the points, right?
Yeah.
My outlook is
Rollins did it on purpose.
Well, I wouldn't say he did it on purpose. My outlook is that he didn't do it on purpose. He is
That's what you're saying
reckless.
Earlier.
He is reckless.
See,
I feel like
that's saying the same thing.
No, because reckless, doing it on purpose, it's not like he got out there and said, "Oh, I'm gonna powerbomb this motherfucker in the turnbuckle and get him injured." That's not what he's more of just like he's going through the motions and he's doing the match, and he's not meaning to hurt anybody, but he does through just carelessness. He maybe puts a little bit too much force into something or something like that, and he doesn't mean to, but it happens.
I think mistakes happen, and that's just that.
Right. I mean,
it was just bad timing.
I voiced your opinion. I'm just getting my point across, and I want to. But
your point is more longer than my point.
No, I'm just gonna state that I feel like that it's reckless. I personally feel like the turnbuckle powerbomb needs to be something needs to be done with that move. I don't know if it needs to get banned or what. But something needs to be done with that move to maybe make it a little bit more safe for the competitors. And I feel that Seth Rollins shouldn't get the title, at least not right off the bat. I feel like that's kind of a middle finger to the whole situation. But that's just my opinion.
Mistakes happen.
We want to see what the listeners think. So if you guys are listening, Feel free to leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. See if you guys agree, disagree, what you guys think of the situation. If you completely disagree with both of us and have a different outlook on it.
Yeah.
Let us know down below in the comments.
Daniels Brock versus Randy Orton. Which, I
Brock-
was right, you're wrong.
Right. Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton happened.
I was right in a
by
big way.
God, Randy Orton got the shit kicked out of him.
Right.
I mean, my God.
Yeah.
And
He-
it
he
has
was-
been noted. It has been noted that this was a work. Orton
Yes.
was supposed to be busted open.
Yes.
It
yeah.
has
And
been
Dan-
determined that he
Dan
did
Shane
not
was
blade.
supposed to be hit.
Yeah, it has been determined he did not cut himself. He did not
Yeah.
blade. He did not do a blood packet. That was real blood we were seeing.
Yep.
And Lesnar literally did bust him open.
But that was the work.
But that was a work. It was planned that way.
Yep.
And
the
after
Shane
the
thing that happened
afterwards,
afterwards.
yeah, and then actually this is the first time in a long time I can actually sit there and say that somebody was beaten via total knockout.
Yeah.
I can't think it. That was
the
crazy.
last time that's happened was a takeover, actually. Kevin Owens
Zayn.
versus Zayn, yeah. Where
Did they actually call it a TKO though, or did they just say he's unable to compete? See, I've heard he's unable to compete.
I think they said being that he's knocked out or something because he wasn't getting up.
Right.
Because he suffered a concussion earlier in the match.
Right.
And that's just when he went super bomb crazy.
One little thing, and I don't know if you've seen this yet, and I didn't mention this earlier because I just found out recently.
Mm-hmm.
After that match took place and Shane took the F5 and the show closed, there was an altercation backstage right afterwards. Apparently,
of course.
Well, no, there was an altercation backstage right afterwards. Apparently, Chris Jericho was freaking out a little bit on what happened to Orton out there, and he was trying to find out, is this a work? Is this a work? And he was trying to find out from Triple H and from people, was this a work or what is this? You know, is that legit? Is he okay? And nobody would give him a straight answer. Lesnar, who had just came in through the curtain, overheard Jericho talking and chose to say some words to Jericho. Jericho said some words to him. There was starting to have the beginning of a physical altercation backstage between Lesnar and Jericho. They started shoving on each other and everything and got ready to fucking duke it out. And Triple H split them up and everything. Vince even had to come up and get involved and say, look, this was a work. And like explain that this was a work and everything like that.
Right.
And Vince chewed Jericho's ass out because Jericho decided to start getting all worked out, but then Triple H backed Jericho up and was like, look, Lesnar's the one that got all fucking ignorant and acted like a jackass. So we got Vince back in Lesnar, Triple H back in Jericho. This could turn into a feud later on down the line. I'll tell you right now, though, Jericho better thank his lucky stars he didn't get into a physical altercation with Brock Lesnar, because I'm pretty sure that MMA fighting motherfucker would have whipped his ass.
Oh, yeah. That wouldn't be a work.
That would not have been a work. That would have been one whipped motherfucking Canadian. Like, that would have been... Like, you think the fight between freaking Simon Gotch and freaking Sin Cara was bad back at fucking Battleground. Sin Cara and Simon Gotch, when they got into their fight backstage during one of the pay-per-views. Yeah, if you thought that was bad, where Simon Gotch got his ass whipped, fucking Lesnar would have put him in a coma.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that would have been bad. But anyway, all in all, on a full overall scale, SummerSlam, I would probably give it about, out of 10 stars, I'd probably give it about a...
9. 8.5.
I'd give it an 8. I'd give it an 8. That's
Really?
me. I'd give it an 8.
8.5.
8.5 from Rex. I'd give it an 8.
The Cena versus Styles match saved it.
Right. I don't. He says 8.5. I say 8. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. You know, if you want to comment there. But anyway, we are going to sign off here. This has been our SummerSlam special. We're gonna go catch up on Raw because we're already 2 hours behind. We're gonna try and get this. We're gonna try and get this up and going tonight and get this uploaded for you guys. And we will have our regular podcast later this week covering the results of Raw, SmackDown, the Cruiserweight Classic, and NXT, just like we do every week. So until next time, this is Rex and Big T signing off. You all have a great evening.